other topic we wanted to talk about, which is driving me crazy. The last two topics. Manifesting as a woman and all the things. Like today, I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't feeling life. Yesterday and today was a struggle buzz. A, because I'm not feeling well. B, because I'm having a whole bunch of hormonal weird things happening. And so we're just wanted to talk about as women, we go through all these changes in our body, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and yeah, we're supposed to be cool, be okay, and we're trying to manifest and change our life. It's a roller coaster sometimes.
I
Okay?
think you have more
Well,
energy in your 20s and your 30s
absolutely.
to manifest, like absolutely like energy galore. But then I think there's a strength and a power that you develop into your 40s that is like undeniable in your 50s. And I can't imagine what it will be like in my 60s.
What was like in your 30s then? You kind of skipped that one.
Well, I kind of lumped it in with the 20s a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I
Like
think
just
yeah,
that
to mid
energy.
up to mid 30, like 35, I feel like is like 20 to 35, and then like 35 to 50.
I feel like 42 forward is a different bracket
Ooh.
of its own. Like,
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. It was 42. I went going through a lot of things last year.
yeah,
A
I
lot of
do
things.
feel like, and then like just that phases of a woman's life, like if you're kind of into that Celtic stuff, the maiden, the mother, the crone, like what's the
I
three,
don't know.
the Celtic circle, the
Definitely not into that. Obviously, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I know the kilt, but I don't know it.
why is it skipping my brain? Anyway, I'm sure there's people here that can correct me and tell me like really quickly in the comments, you know. Um, but as when you're young, like, think of it like as a new moon. Like you are just a generator. You can go, 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 go and
Yeah,
co-create, co-create, co-create until like just so naturally, so easy. You
I
do it just
did.
by breathing and being you.
I manifested every single job I've ever wanted. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I changed my mind in 2 seconds. Yeah, I want this now. Boom,
Yeah. It's
boom.
just that young energy and you
Yeah.
can just give her. And you're so in tune and you're so connected because life hasn't fucking beat you down.
And you feel like you're kind of feel like invincible. Like you're like,
Yeah, and you've already
yeah,
set all
nothing can
your
stop
hopes, your
you.
dreams, like, all that. When I grow up, I'm gonna do this. Like all of that intention is so fresh because when you're young, you don't really believe that you can't achieve it, right? And then when you kind of switch into that mother phase, like that mid, and I want to say like you're nailed it, right? Like with the 30s to that 42, 45, somewhere in there,
Hmm.
you're in just such a giving phase. Like you're give, 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 give. So it's harder for you to think of receiving and be in that energy of receiving when you're constantly giving and probably giving more than what you have, like into depletion, into exhaustion, and more into survival mode.
It's funny that you say that because a person not having kid and not having the motherly role,
Yeah.
I still did that fucking same phase though. I gave, gave, gave. I gave to everyone else but me and my job, Darren, family, like everything, friends, and I burnt myself out. Yeah.
hmm So
Yeah.
like it's the cycle of a woman's life. Like you go into that giving phase and your energy totally shifts and it's different again. And we do run depleted. But then there comes a point where the woman kind of comes into the later phase of her life where it's just like, she reclaims her power. She reclaims everything, and you are part co-creator. You still learn to balance the caregiver, like that giver,
Hmm.
but you learn to create again. You learn to have dreams again. And you're
Yeah.
kind of looking at the end of your life going, all right, like what do I got? Do I got like 25 good years left? Do I have 30 good years left? And now it's like, okay, this is for me.
Well, they say that average lifespan now is 75, 77,
All
and that's
right.
not
Well,
much, you know?
no, because that only gives me like what, 20 some years left.
Yeah, so you better fucking enjoy it, right?
Yeah, and that's where I'm seriously at right now. It's like, okay, I've done this, like, that co-create, like, with my husband and build a company,
Yeah,
and then I, went with the kids, and now I'm like, "You know what? No, the last part is for me."
for you.
Yeah, and so I'm doing what I want. Like, so, I started my mediumship journey, and well, I did that a long time ago, but no, like,
Yeah.
expanding and working with you, and you know what? The consequences be damned. I am on a path, and I am on, and I have that connection. Like, I'm very lucky that my family support me, but this is for
Yeah.
me. So it's very different. And it's a different energy. I have the energy now and the fortitude now that I can honestly say I didn't have in my 20s and 30s. I didn't have in my, late 30s, 40s when I was raising my family. My energy is different. It's stronger. I'm more connected. I'm more grounded. I'm more rooted in experience that I never had before. And nobody fucks with you when you're in your 50s.
Well, actually, every
Only
woman,
stupid people.
only stupid people. Challenge. Um, you always hear like all those jokes and all these women talk like, fuck, once you hit 50 though, like it's such a different ball game. It's like you've hit in your 20s again.
It is. I remember, like, I've had friends that were so upset by their 50th birthday, but I felt so liberated by it. It was just like, I woke up that day and it was just like I had did everything that I thought I should do, I meant to do. Like, I felt like all my responsibilities were done, achieved, with my children. Like, nobody starved to death on my watch. There was always a roof over their head. You
Yeah,
know, they had clothes on their back. Like, like the responsibility part was done. And now it was like, this is all me. This is for me. This is for my life. Where, like, you don't always feel like you have your life. But once you hit 50, this is my life.
that's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one thing we kind of forgot about in between like the 30s and 40s is like, we're kind of talking about a little bit about hormones a little bit, but it's like the perimenopause, the menopause, the body change. Like I
Um,
hear and I feel sometimes, and you guys, and I know energy, but I sometimes forget. I sometimes forget to be like, oh yeah, Ronnie, just check in and clean your energy. But going down this, like you're in menopause, I'm in peri,
yep.
and it's like I've already experienced in the last 3 years such a body change that and like I always like I'm having GI issues, and I always I can look like I'm 6 months pregnant sometimes, and I rock hard belly, and it's like it affects me mentally, emotionally, like, and it kind of brings my vibe down once in a while. So it's like another thing that we have to go through and work through as our body changes during all this shit, but trying to manifest and like make those changes and keep growing and all those things. So that's a hard one to freaking deal
I
with
think
as
with
well.
people, I think the hardest thing is if you are so focused on your external things, like your mindset, like obviously when you're going through perimenopause and your hormones change, your mindset changes. Like,
Oh,
you know what
I'm
I
like,
mean?
I don't know who I am sometimes. Yeah.
But if you relied on only that mindset shit, I'm gonna call it shit, but
Yeah.
if that
It's
was your
not
sole
true.
focus, if there
Yes.
was somebody else's method that you had to do, like, uh, it would
No,
sink you.
it what? Sorry?
It could sink you.
Yeah,
Like,
because no amount of mindset shift is gonna change the way you feel right now when
no,
it's
because your
hormonally.
hormones affect your
Yeah, it's a different ball game. Like I'm really trying to adjust and not struggle, but frick, like some days I have so much anxiety over the stupidest thing. I'm like, oh my God, I'm turning into my mother. When like Darren or someone else is driving. And like, do you remember my mom? She always used to pretend like to hit on the brakes in the car as a passenger and then hold on to the side and go, and then slam on her brakes, her fake brake.
I wonder if
And
it's
like,
hereditary because my mother does that too.
I fucking do it. Darren's like, oh my God, you're turning into Wendy. I'm like, but my anxiety, even driving, I don't care about driving. Like driving doesn't make me nervous. Obviously, when it's really icy and visibility in a blizzard or something, that's different. But even just normal driving, I'm just like I have so much anxiety now, and like my mood is so like I'm just don't feel like myself. Like my mood is lower. Like the things that used to make me happy aren't making me like happy anymore. So those are huge. And like I said, my body has adjusted and changed so much too. It's hard to I guess when I say accept, and adjust while you're trying to like we're building and we may have a business and we work with people. Like sometimes it's hard to do that when you feel like this, you know?
I think that's where your connection comes in, and when you spend your
Yeah.
time in meditation and you
Yep.
spend your time keeping your energy centers clear. And it's
Yeah.
work, like you have to clean your house, you have to clean your body. It's the
Yeah.
same thing. And especially when you're going through something like this, right?
Hmm.
If you're just focused on your energy or your exercise and your diet, which are extremely important when you go through perimenopause, don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying that alone cannot sometimes counteract what's going on in your mind. And the
Yeah.
first thing the doctors want to do is throw an antidepressant at you.
Yeah.
Because, I mean,
Yep.
they're getting a little bit more knowledge about it now, but I mean, that's the first thing. When you hit 42, this happens to you, and it's like, you need to go on antibiotic or
Oh, that was the
antidepressants.
thing. That was the first two things. Like, go back on birth control. I'm like, no, I'm trying to like get my body back. I don't want to gain more weight. And go on an SSRI. I'm like, I am not touching an SSRI. That will do the opposite of what I'm trying to do. Like, no.
So now, if you did not have your connection to energy the way that you do,
Yeah, yeah, I probably would have
how would
done
you be
that.
manifesting with that right now? That's everything that's going on in your body and your mind. How would you
You
be
know, I
functioning?
I don't know. I would probably feel and stay in a stuck mode. I probably maybe would be like I'm just picturing my old self, probably maybe a little bit of victim, like not victim because I know all women are going through it but differently. But like yeah, I don't think I
Well,
would
you
be
still would
doing
go into
very
a
well.
victimhood, like poor me, like, I can't believe,
Yeah.
I feel awful and I don't feel like myself. And
I don't think I would handle it very well.
Mhm.
I don't think I'm only getting by because of connecting to my body and myself. Like when I did energy work on the weekend, reduced my bloating by, I would say, quite a bit, by half, like so I get that. But like when I don't, because I forget, like I said, I forget to tap in sometimes because I'm just so in my head, right? And
Yep.
I never not, I never used to be like that in my head like that so much. So this is new for me. 'Cause I never used to be in my head, and I used to be like a go with the flow, low key, not really have anxiety. I had a little bit of social anxiety, but yeah, this is a whole new ballgame. So I don't know if you're listening to this or watching for women, if you can start working with your energy and learning how to do that, and like it helped you immensely, right?
Yep.
Or what would you say?
Always. I mean, like I've had that connection since I started working with energy, and when I quit smoking and when I did my mediumship journey, and that connection is what keeps me sane.
You know what? No, let's give it the example of what just happened to you like 2 weeks ago. Like I remember, like was it 2 weeks ago? I'm like, Crystal, you need to check your energy.
Yeah. Well, okay, so I'm doing hormone replacement therapy.
Hmm.
So I got my little estrogen patch and I take my progesterone. And so sometimes I don't feel like it's enough progesterone. And then other times, it can be a lot. So that's one of the side effects is like a depression of too much progesterone. So Randy's like, yeah, you should check your energy. And I'm just like, went out, went for a walk, took the dogs, checked in with myself, did the energy work. Speaking of dogs, um, it was like that's what it was like. You have too much progesterone. So cut it back into half again. And now it's like it took a couple days, but bounced right back up. Like
But
my
that's
my
because
spirit.
you checked in with yourself and your team and your body.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like how cool
So,
is that? And she's back. I got normal Crystal back.
yeah, it was rough go for a week.
It was a little rough go. Like, well, you and I always take turns. Like, I'm sometimes feeling ugh, and you're feeling good. Like, thank God we don't feel ugh at the same time.
Well, thank God we have each other. Because you imagine having to do this
No,
with one person? Like
no,
that's a lot.
heck no. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of cool when you do work with your energy, you can figure out. I mean, sometimes we don't get all the answers. I don't feel like I get all of the answers, but I get quite a bit to help me be sane and feel better and normal and ish, right?
So you might not hear all the answers in your head, like the too much progesterone. I
Yeah.
mean, like that's years of experience and me having a firm grasp with my team. But you're gonna get senses, right? And you're gonna trust those signs, like go to the doctor, like trust your body, how it feels when you go to the doctor. Is this your doctor? Is this not your doctor?
Yeah. I just asked for a sign yesterday and I got it last night and another one this morning about should I go to my doctor and talk about adding progesterone to me, whatever, orally. And it was
Did you
like,
get it?
yeah, like 2 times in a row. It's like, yeah, go to the doctor and get progesterone. Go to the doctor. But it's hard because my doctor, it's like, doesn't feel like I have any issues. Like, your blood work looks good. Yeah, well, I don't fucking feel good. You
I
are a
know.
woman. You are our woman. Don't you want us to feel better?
It's the saddest thing because they just don't have, like, there hasn't been enough,
I know.
and they don't learn. Like, I have a male doctor, and I don't even know if he knows that there's women have like bodies or issues. Like, did he even study that? Sometimes I
But I
wonder.
like the male because you tell him something's like, yeah, whatever you need. And then when you say it to a, not all women doctors, not all women doctors,
Yeah.
but some, I've, my last, like my previous conversations with a lot of my friends are experiencing the same thing with women doctors. And they're like, yeah, no, you're fine. Or like, suck it up. Like, I've been there, done that. Or like, no,
Well,
it's all
there's
in your
that
head.
theory about whiny women, right? Like, where they
Ye-
actually say
Yeah.
it's whiny women,
Yeah.
but
Well,
we're
we're
whiny
whining
for a
for a
reason.
fucking reason. Like, my one girlfriend, she just went and they're like looking at her and she's like, I've been bleeding for 90 days. And they're like, well, if we do this test and some results come back, are you willing to do more tests? She's like, I'm willing to stand on my head upside down and eat bananas. Like, I've been bleeding for 90 days. I am done.
Yeah, I can't even
Like,
imagine
what?
what her iron levels would be
Oh,
like.
she's a wreck, like a wreck. But yeah, so, and that was a woman doctor. She's like, what the heck? Like, so, yeah, so those are the things that we're all gonna be
Yeah.
going through while trying to, make changes and manifest things and.
Being
But
aware of
it's,
your energy. And it's
yeah.
huge when you hit that 42, I want to say, like,
Yeah, I say 42 is my worst. Like 41 and a half to is when it really started, like my body for sure, and my mind really started to change.
well, because you don't sleep like you used to either.
It's not sleep. No.
Yep.
My
And
sleep is
so,
okay unless it's like my sleep is interrupted because of my husband because he's a tosser. Not because of yeah. It's not besides the odd hot flash here and there, but so I don't know. But
that's
anyways, yeah.
coming. That's going to hit you like a freight train.
Hey, hey,
A few
no,
more
it's not. I'm gonna
years.
prevent all of this from happening. We're gonna figure out all the hormone things but yeah, but working with your chakras is like that's where we go is we work with your chakras and then we work with the Amriya chakra because that's your biggest manifesting power house. Like that is where we go to bring our manifestations in. So like when we do those things, so with our chakras, we can like calm the body down. We can remove things that are preventing us from moving forward towards our manifestations. And then we just hit it up with the Amriya, and she's such an amazing, powerful chakra.
Well, that's like that internal aspect, right? Like where we say to go within, because
Yeah.
your chakras will reveal to you when you go into those energy centers what it is that you need to work on. So you're not doing a whole bunch of dumb shit, wasting time working on that you don't need to
Yeah.
because Sally Joe Bob said you should because it worked for her. Like, no, do what works for you.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's a part of being connected is listening to your intuition and connecting to your team and having that guidance. And yeah. So like if you guys ever you guys check us out, we know we have a few things to offer, to help you connect, to learn how to connect with our energy. We have what's called Basic Bitch Manifesting 101. That's like if you're very new to energy
Yeah.
and it's a little bit of that self-awareness and then like energy work. And then we have Manifesting Beyond the Ordinary is like if you've done energy work before and you've worked with your chakras a bit, then you go up to that one. And it goes pretty deep. You really learn how to work with yourself and your energy and manifest.
How to call the energy into your body
Yeah, it's pretty
and work
cool.
with it.
So the links are below. Um, yeah. Do you have anything else to say about anything before we wrap up?
No.
No, just share, you guys. Please subscribe, like, share. with someone who who would benefit to listening to this and maybe they can relate to and all the things we've talked about today, that'd be very helpful and get that free information out there. So I guess that's it. Hey,
Yep. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. 2 weeks.
hey you guys. Yeah. Okay, we'll see you in again 2 weeks from now. I keep forgetting it's 2 weeks. Okay, you guys take care. Have a beautiful day.
Bye bye.